Ismael Dorrell Bruce of Clare Valley is buried at the Chauncey Cemetery on what would have been his 40th birthday. He was older than the 4 fellow residents of his community buried alongside him after a joint funeral. Bruce, along with fellow villagers Giovanni Barker, 21, Khalil Robin, 29, Kenroy Haywood, 29, and Elvis Harold, 30, died on September 11 when the minibus in which they were traveling to a funeral in Owier overturned in Sandy Bay.
Telephone rang out. Persons calling. Facebook lit up. All different story. The first news you heard, 7 died. Different names called. I don't want to call it in today. But when the dust was settled, we got the news that 5 of our young, strong, healthy, disciplined, hard-working, and you can use other adjectives to describe those who are fallen.
Hundreds of mourners attended the funeral service at the Clare Valley playing field. However, it was residents of the village who felt deepest the impact of the tragedy.
I was told that the minivan had 13 persons aboard. It could have turned out worse, where more like persons could have lost their lives. But God has given them a second chance. The deaths of these young men has given the villagers a hard blow, one that will stay with us for a very long time.
Politicians came together in an attempt to help the grieving community and the nation as a whole cope.
It is going to take years. So when we talk about death, it is an enemy as the Bible describes it. It is your enemy, but you will not be allowed to walk the road all by yourself, because we are going to be here in whatever capacity to assist you through this.
To all the relatives of the 5 young men, I once again extend my deepest sympathy to you. Losing a loved one is always painful. And for family members and close friends especially, it brings grief, it brings tears. When it happens suddenly and involves young people, the pain and the feeling of loss is magnified. For we think about the many years that they might have had they lived a normal lifestyle and what they would have done with that time. I hope and pray that the support and the caring of those of us in the wider community who know of and share your loss have brought and will continue to bring some measure of comfort and peace.
But more than any memorializing in marble, stone, or bronze, as in ancient Greece, we memorialize them, we remember them, always in our hearts and minds. And these 5 young men, cut down in the prime of their lives, young men of skill and discipline, a tribute to their families. We have suffered a terrible loss, a national loss.
The mourners drew on their Christian faith and the solace of music to help them cope. The community found strength in being close to their loved ones including 3 incarcerated villagers who attended the funeral under police escort. The Clare Valley 5 have left behind young children, including Robin's 8-month-old son, who will never know the love of his biological father. However, there's also little Elvanique, who has to grow up knowing that after she was 6 years and 9 months old, her father, Elvis Harold, was suddenly no longer there.
It's not my place to question, only God knows what. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight.
Some of the survivors of the accident also have a long way to go to recovery and to adjust to life with the physical and mental scars of their ordeal. For the second time in less than a decade, another community in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is united by the multiple deaths resulting from a minibus accident. On January 12, 2015, 7 students from Fancy died when the minibus in which they were traveling to school crashed at Rock Gutter, which, like Sandy Bay, is located in North Windward. These deaths should invariably raise questions about public safety on the nation's roads and the extent to which similar incidents can be averted. However, these might be issues for another time, as Clare Valley and the nation is still reeling from the death of 5 people in a minibus accident. Kenton Chance, Eyewitness News, Clare Valley, St. Vincent.